So in our last video, we finished up the form for editing or adding a contact. And now we're actually going to build a page that will call that form and that actually decides whether we want to create a new user or save the updated information. So what we need to do is we need to go to our contact.php page. Oops. Open and closing PHP tags and start our session. Just like that. And also check if our session array contains logged in. And if it does not, then we want to send the person back to the index.php page. Alright, and once we get into the page, we want to include once our functions page, and also our forms page. Once we have that, we want to check if the form has been submitted. So we'll check if the post data has any information, and we'll be checking for the submitted variable. And if it does, well, yeah, if it does, then we'll be checking if the post ID is greater than 0. By default, if the record doesn't have any information, it will be set to 0. So that's what we're checking for. And then we're going to do an updated equals update contact. And then we're going to pass in the post information. So we're checking if updated is equal to true. Then we're going to do a header and send them back to the list.php page. Otherwise, so we're going to use an else, we're going to display error message and our text is going to be there was an error updating your contact. We're going to do something similar down here. So if it does have an ID, we're going to save the information. Or sorry, if the ID is 0 or less, we're going to save the information as a new record. So we're going to do saved is equal to save contact. And we're going to pass in the post information just like we did before, and we're going to check if $saved is equal to true. We'll know that the query was actually successful, and we're going to send them back to list.php. Oh, forgot my location. Otherwise, we're going to display error message, and we're going to pass in there was an error saving your contact. There we go. So that's everything if the form has been submitted. But we want to do something if the form has not been submitted yet. So we're going to do an include once. We're going to go to the includes header.php. And we're going to set our ID equal to the value that we're going to be getting from our query string in our page URL. Contact results is going to equal get contact, and we're going to pass the ID in for that. Whoops. There we go. Next, we need to actually get the information for the contact itself. We have the records or the rows from the result set from the query, so we need to do a MySQL fetch ASOC and pass in the contact results, like that. The next thing I'm going to do is echo div class, and this is more for the CSS side of things. So if you're not planning on doing that, you don't need to do this piece, but you do need to do display contact form, and we're going to pass in contact as our information, and then we're going to echo /div. So now this page should be calling our form, and we need to build this get contact piece. So I'm going to switch over to my functions cheat sheet. There we go. And I'll jump over to my functions page here. So I have my get contact page. I'm going to build a new connection. And we're going to query or build our query string. Select everything from contacts where ID is equal to $ID. So the ID we're passing in is going to be passed into our query string, and results is equal to MySQL query, and then we're going to pass in our query string. Return results. Alright, so now this page should work. If I jump over to my browser, providing I don't have any errors, and I click on one of my contacts, I do have, there's an error in my URL, so contact includes, there we go. I forgot the S on my includes piece, so if I refresh, now I get my not so well formatted form, but it does work. So you get the information for John Doe, who has a phone number of 1. Right now, if I hit submitted, this is not going to work. It will actually give me an error because it doesn't know what to call. So I am actually going to build the save contact piece, or the update contact piece, and the save contact piece. So I'm going to jump over to my functions again. I'll expand both of these on my cheat sheet. Alright, the first one I'm going to do is the update contact. So I'm going to build a new connection. And we'll set our query equal to update. Oops. Contacts. Set fname equal to post. Fname comma lname equal to let's do post lname, and let me drop this down a line. Email is equal to post email. And phone is equal to post phone. And cat ID is equal to post. Well, let me actually drop that down on a new line. We'll go like this. Make it easier to read. Pass in cat ID. where ID is equal to post. Oops. ID. Alright, let's see. I forgot my period here for the concatenation. And it looks like my query is all set. I'll just double check everything. Yep, everything looks okay. And then we're going to do results equals MySQL query, pass in our query string. If MySQL affected rows is greater than 0, so we're checking the information in the MySQL information, and we are going to return true if that is true. Otherwise, we're going to return false. So that is our update piece. We're going to move on to our save while we're here, and I'm going to do the same thing. Create a new connection. We are going to create a new query, insert into contacts fname, lname, email, phone, cat ID, values, and I'm going to drop this down a line. Alright, let's see. I'm going to use the post. We're going to do fname. Oops. Post will get lname from our post. Grab email, post phone number, go down the line, and we'll get the post, oops, cat ID. There we go, we'll finish that off. And we'll do the same thing we did before. We'll get the results equal to MySQL query, pass in our query string. If MySQL affected rows is greater than 0, return true. Otherwise, we're going to return false. So now, if I go back through my code here, look at the contact.php page, this should work. So I will go ahead and run it. I will go back to lists.php. I will edit John Doe since we have an existing. We'll call him Jeff Doe. And I will do 1555222 4444 for the for his phone number, and I'm gonna hit submitted, which is not working. There's an error with my form, so let me take a look at that really quick. Alright, so I took a look at my forms, and let me jump over to my editor. There's a few things that I messed up on. This is supposed to be lname, and I forgot my closing quotation mark. I'll just double check that all of them have that, which it looks like they do. And also, so I'll save this page really quick. Also on my forms.php, my value here is actually supposed to be name equals submitted, and value is equal to save. So now we'll give that another try really quick. Okay, change it to Jeff, and we'll click on save, and Jeff is now there, but it looks like the rest of the information is now been lost. Let me take a look at that. So I was trying to rush through this video and I forgot to add name for these, which is very important. So I need to add lname as my name value, name equals phone, name equals email, and hidden. Everything else looks okay. Alright, so I'll save that and I'll resave Jeff. Jeff Doe 1, 2, we'll do 5. This one. Email, we'll do John Doe, since that'll stay the same. And click on save, and now all that information is populated correctly. I am going to cut this video off, and in the next video I'll be doing the categories editing and also adding a menu to this, which should be the last of the videos. So stay tuned for that one.